Mackenzi, I guess, first 2 games of the season, how do you feel the team has done so far?
I think after the first game, we were a little shaky there, but after the second one, I'm feeling really confident in how we're producing. Compared to last year, it's a much better start. And so I'm really excited to see how the season goes, honestly.
Yeah, for you, I guess, too, being a sophomore, you had some experience last year as a freshman. How does that maybe help as you maybe get into more playing time this year?
Yeah, the experience, just like only a second year, is so much more confidence going out on that field. I feel ready to command the back line, command my team, and I feel like they're more comfortable with me back there. I'm not this newbie anymore, and they now know who I am and what to expect from me, and so I feel the same for them.
I know Coach Sailer, it's pronounced, yeah, Sailer likes to load up the schedule early with good teams. You played
Mm-hmm.
some NCAA teams from last year. You tied both. Does that maybe give you some confidence as you go on to know you could play with these teams?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Minnesota State in particular, they were a really challenging team. They were nationally ranked. And Bryan told us before the game, he's like, this is going to be like what UCM is. And so we need to be ready for that. And I think based on just a tie 0-0, we both played tough. It was a hard game. It won't be a slap in the face once we come up against teams like UCO and UCM.
You excited to go down to Florida?
I'm very excited. It's going to be so much fun on the beach and everything.
I'm good, thank you.
Vince, you have anything?
Yeah, just quickly, I know Mackenzie and Hannah talked about, you guys, of course, have a lot of players back from last year. You have the camaraderie. Yes, you did lose a couple. Are you confident, kind of what John mentioned as well, confident that the team with the camaraderie you had last year, the success you had last year, that you will be able to obviously get some wins and get on the right track?
No, I have full confidence, especially with this camaraderie from like the seniors. They're really taken leadership even more so than last year, and so we have that full support of them. And then our freshmen coming in, they just fit in perfectly almost, and so it's a good mix of everything. And so I'm very confident in how we're going to go on for this season.
One last thing for me, right?
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you don't get 2 wins, you get 2 ties, but they're also not losses.
Mm-hmm.
How does Coach kind of talk about, what is Coach talking about as you now move into the season? Like, hey, it's 2 ties. Don't worry about it so much right now because it's still early in the season. What's maybe he talking to you guys about right now as you go on to this trip?
Yeah, I think he's really pointing out that, SWOSU, we weren't happy with that tie. That should have been a win for us. And so we came out with a bang in our next game, and we fought harder than ever. And it was a quality team, and so we tied 0-0 there, and he was very pleased with how much fire and spirit we had on the field. And he just wants to remind us to keep that spirit and that energy going in throughout the rest of the season. And he wanted us to go into Florida feeling confident and happy and proud of what we've done so far. And I think after Mankato, we're pretty confident.
That's all I got. Thank you.
Glenn, do you have anything?
Yeah, just one for me.
Hey, we're missing you a little bit.
Game like that. You're doing your job. Can you hear me?
Now we can.
No, yeah.
In a 0-0 game like that, is there anything that you say to your teammates, whether that be at halftime or after the game or anything like that, to kind of keep their heads up when you didn't let any in, but you also weren't able to put any into the net?
I think halftime especially is when we really came back and reflected on that first half and realizing they weren't just going to lay down on us, and we had to remind each other that. But we were going to lay down either. It was at that game with that heat, it was going to whoever gives in first, and we just had to not be the ones to do so. And so at the end of the day, after the game, Brian's talking to us, and he's like, this, again, a quality team. There's nothing to be disappointed about here. We put everything out there, and we compare it to last year and how we started there. We went down 2 games in our exhibitions and stuff. This is a better start, and so we can compare from how well we did last year from the start to how much better we got at the end of this year. It's kind of telling good things now, I feel, for this year.
That's all for me. Thank you. Sorry if I'm cutting out. I'm kind of in the middle of it.
No, it's fine.
One last thing for you. So, Mankato scored 7 goals the other night. You shut them out. What's the difference there? What do you think was the difference?
Yeah, that was a little intimidating hearing that score. But I watched some film on them and stuff, and I saw that, it's the other team that kind of made them look good, and we're a better quality team than who they played against. And so we knew that just trusting in ourselves, trusting in the back line, because we have Joni back there leading that for us, and then I was feeling more confident. wasn't as scary playing that game as it was going into it almost. Once we got settled and we started playing, we were going to be fine. I knew that.
Good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Angela, I guess first 2 games, 2 ties against 2 pretty good teams. How do you feel after those 2 games your team's doing so far?
Yeah, I think we feel really confident going into Florida. We're playing in the heat. We were playing in the middle of the day, and we played against a quality Mankato team. Definitely was a tie that I think everyone was proud of, and proud of our energy that we brought. Yeah, so I think that we feel pretty confident right now. I'm excited to go to Florida and get some wins down there.
Excited to go down to Florida, I would imagine.
Yes, very excited.
I know Coach Sailer likes to schedule tough teams early on in the year. These 2 teams, they were in the NCAA tournament last year. How does it make you feel from your perspective that you're able to, I guess, stack up against those kinds of teams?
Yeah, we never want to go into our conference play feeling underprepared or like we haven't seen quality teams or quality competition. So I think Coach gives us this schedule because he trusts us and he's confident in us. And we just want to go get better every single game. We don't want to play against teams that aren't going to push us.
Knowing that, I guess, how the team did last year, you had kind of a slower start last year compared to this year. How does this maybe, does it give you, I guess, encouragement to see, hey, you know, we started out rough last year and we made a solid run to maybe this team could do the same thing?
Yeah, I think we returned so many players this year that it didn't quite take as long for us to get back in the swing of things, build our chemistry. But I think this year we just are bringing so much energy. It's a lot of girls last year's, so we're trying to soak it in and enjoy it and have fun, and it didn't take us too long to get started.
Thank you, Angela.
Thank you.
Vince?
How important is it, to have that fire and energy, right? Because any sport, right, any team, you want that fire and energy. How important is it to have it that early in the season and have it carry over into later in the season when obviously it matters most?
Yeah, it was definitely the difference maker, especially on Sunday. We're playing in the heat, and every team is tired, every team's hot. So just having that burst of energy was really the only difference maker we had. It's something that you can't coach. You can't force people to have that. You just have to trust your players, and we brought it.
How fun is this team, right? It seems like this team's pretty fun. Again, as you mentioned, you bring back a lot of players from last year. Is having that fun as well, does that help you build, what you guys want to do again this year, even go further? I know that's what you guys have been talking about. How fun is this team? And just, obviously it's going to be fun going to Florida. Again, how fun is this team starting the season?
Yeah. I'm really, really hoping this fall goes by slowly because I don't want to leave some of these girls. These are my best friends, my roommates, my teammates, just people that I couldn't have imagined I would meet coming into this university. So can't thank Coach enough for bringing us together, and can't thank the girls enough for having that team chemistry. We all have the same goal in mind, and it just makes it so much more enjoyable to wake up every single morning, get better, and yeah.
And does that motivation and having that ring, does that, of course, give you a little bit more of just that energy again, or like that motivation to be like, hey, I want to do it with this group again? Yes, we did lose some players from last year, but continue to do this for this coming year too?
Oh, yeah. You have a lot more fun when you're successful and when you have something to show for it, and I think we're not quite satisfied yet. We have some more things we want to push for.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Glenn, do you have anything?
Yeah, I'm curious. I don't know how you are. Just for me, I'm very black and white. We win, it was a success. We lose, it was a failure. You guys have a couple that are in between. So how do you handle that mentally? Of it maybe wasn't entirely success or entirely a failure with the win or loss, somewhere in the middle.
Yeah, I think we just take it play by play. We had a lot of plays that were successful. We had a lot of plays that we're learning from. That maybe we wish we would have done something different. So we break those down and we move forward and we focus on the positives right now. I think that overall I would consider our tie against Mankato a success. They are a really quality team. They brought a lot of energy. I know it's not easy to come down and play in the heat, and so I think we were successful against them and bringing the same energy and matching them.
I'll end with a fun one for you. Celebration. Do you have a goal celebration that's your go-to, or rather a new one that we might see you break out this year when you score? Can you know yet?
I don't have any secrets, but my only celebration is I just go hug whoever assisted me the ball. So not super creative here. If you have any ideas, let me know.
We'll see if Don can get something cooked up for you.
Yeah, I'll have him craft something up for me.
Thank you.
Hey, really quick though, we've talked a lot about Ty Mankato. What about the fact that you have an All-American in Hannah Woolery not there because of the family wedding? How does that give you guys more confidence that you were able to do that?
Yeah, I was definitely missing my Hannah next to me in the midfield, but I think it just showed how much grit we have. She's a leader on and off the field. She leads us vocally and physically, and I think just seeing other players step up. We had freshmen get a lot of good time. I think it gave everyone more confidence, just knowing that we have so much depth to our team. We have so much depth to our roster, and there's so many girls who could step up at any time and finish the job.
Perfect. All right.
Thanks, guys.
Hey, Angela, can you go?
Sure.
Coach, how's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good. So 2 ties to start the year. I know you probably scheduled tough teams early on, with intent. Are you happy with the results in the first 2 games against those teams?
I mean, there's good ties and bad ties. You know, Angie didn't want to say it, but one of them, the first one, you know, we were up 1-0. We just didn't. You put the nail in the coffin. You know, we had every chance to do that, and we just kind of laid off. You know, for some reason, and if we would have played like we did that on Sunday with that energy and that intensity, we wouldn't have 2 ties. And we let one kind of bounce and kind of gave away a goal. Sometimes, you know, when you don't put the throttle down, one mistake can kill you, and it did in that game. And so it was a disappointing tie, and the girls knew that. We tell them, you know, not all ties are the same, you know. But that other day, man, we battled without Hannah. That team had won 7-0 in that first game. They're legit. If they're not the top team coming out of the NSIC, I'd be surprised. Okay, and so, I mean, that just proves without an All-American, we can compete with them. We had some chances early. We could have been up 1, and they had some chances late, but ended up at stalemate tie. But, you know, it's good and bad. We just got to learn from it. We're not the fastest starting team there is, regardless of the players we have come back. Last year was defensive struggles. This year we're not scoring. But it'll come together, trust me. It'll come. We'll hit our stride when we need to. And you got to understand, we're kind of still in preseason mode. We've only been going a few weeks. 3, 4, most teams, a lot of teams got an extra week in there. That kind of, you know, we're still learning.
Yeah, I guess, is it better to maybe have some of those struggles earlier on in the year so you know once you get to like conference play what maybe are some things you need to work on?
Yeah, you know, like our conference record last year was outstanding, and we ended up the number 2 seed, and we started 1-4, you know, and so it's not like we're not trying to win at the beginning. We're trying to win them all. It just takes time, and you know, ultimately those counters are really important. You know, to get you situated. And we don't play all regional teams. A lot of other teams will only play regional games, and I'm taking my kids to Florida, you know, and so how is that going to be looked upon when it's time to decipher? I don't know. It didn't hurt us last year, but our strength of schedule was really high, and that's why we tried to grab 2 out of the top 8, you know, and we did that. So I expect both those teams to have really good years, and that should help us in the end.
How is, you know, I know girls I'm sure are excited to go to Florida, but what are you looking to see maybe on the field against the competition down there?
I mean, we got to start scoring. I mean, flat out, we got to start scoring. We can't rely on shutouts. One mistake, you know, goals happen, so we don't want one mistake to kill us. So we got to get Mackenzi going. We got to get our offense scoring and scoring in different ways, creating more chances and finishing on opportunities. And, you know, it's not like she's had a ton of chances and just missing. We're not creating enough, you know, and we got to work a little harder around her because everyone knows her and they're going to double, triple team her, and which should leave somebody else open to do some things.
How maybe was it, you know, that shutout game, Mackenzi Goen, your goalie, shut them out there. In the previous game, I think they put up 7 goals. How cool is it to see her and your defense holding?
Yeah, it was huge because I thought we were going to be defending for most of the game, and we weren't. The end got a little dicey we were getting tired, and the game kind of opened up. And when it opens up, it's kind of like a hockey game that opens up where it's offense versus defense, not much in the middle, and that's how it looked. But thank God we withstood that. But our defense was solid. Mackenzi was solid. Last year we had some growing pains on defense, but this year we returned more and we added to that. We have some good freshmen as well that can help us throughout the year. So I never thought going into this year our problem would be scoring goals, and I don't think it will be. I just think we haven't hit that stride yet. But when we get a game, when we get like 3 or something, and I think we'll continue to build on that.
And one more for me, I guess, having the veteran team that you did coming back, with the run you went on last year, do you feel this team is capable of doing something like that again?
Oh, absolutely. But it's soccer. You never know, I mean, we went a long way last year, even though, we could end up with a better record than last year. Who knows? It doesn't mean we're going to go as far. You got to win at the right time. And those games they're coin flips. So, you know what I mean? So you don't know. You hope you got enough to give yourselves a chance. We could have went further if we won the penalty shootout. So who knows? I think ultimately we want to be playing our best at that time of year and give ourselves a chance. We want a chance to we'd love a chance to still be in contention for the MIAA regular season in the last week or two, and we'd love a chance to get into the semifinals, which is held at Stryker this year for the first time, and a neutral site, for the championship, because any one of the 4 can win it that get there, and you can't win it if you're not there. So that's the whole point. And then same thing with the regional. You want to be 1 through 8, and hopefully you can go in with the right mindset and play your best. That's what we did last year. So hopefully we can do it again. Yep.
Vince.
One thing for me, Coach, as you mentioned, that when that one goal goes in or you score 3 or 4 goals, that's when you get that boost. Is there something else maybe besides not scoring the goals that can give you maybe a little bit of that energy or that boost of confidence, if you will, to get things rolling for, maybe in a Florida trip or, later in the season? Is there something maybe just besides scoring the goals that might do that?
I think it's just it's the energy in the game. It really is. It's hard to put your finger on exactly what it is, but the way you come out, the way you start, the way the game starts and the momentum of the game really impacts at least the whole first half, if not the whole game. So I think it's just starting strong. And what I mean by that is really being aggressive, going forward, locking them in their end, staying in their chance. Even if you don't score, getting those chances. Because then it's like, it's coming, you can kind of feel it coming. And so that's really important. Just how you start, the energy of the game, how they look and warm up, and that kind of thing. So there are other things besides scoring, but you can kind of anticipate it and feel it coming.
That's all I have. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
You bet.
Glenn, you good?
I think I'm all good. You did so good, Coach, that I won't even ask anymore.
Okay. Thank you, guys.